everyone, today I'll be teaching you how to make these beautiful apple roses. These were so easy and fun to make, so let's get started with the video. In a small bowl, add 3 tablespoons of sugar, one and a half teaspoons of cinnamon, and a pinch of nutmeg. Then mix everything together until well combined. When you're finished, set your cinnamon sugar to the side. Now we're going to make our egg wash. In a bowl, add 1 egg and 1 tablespoon of water. Then whisk thoroughly. You're going to want to whisk until your eggs are thin and no longer thick and come off of your whisk easily. When you're finished, set your egg wash to the side. Next, slice an apple in half. The type of apple I'm using is HoneyCrisp, but you can use whichever type of apple you like. Next, cut out the bottom stem. Lay one of the apple halves down and start slicing the apple into thin pieces. And I'm talking thin pieces, but not too thin. Make sure you do this with both halves of the apple. And this is what your apple should look like when you're finished. Next, using a piping tip, cut out the core of the apple. By simply pushing the bottom of the piping tip into the apple where the seeds are, you should be able to cut out the core. You don't specifically have to use a piping tip, you could also just use a regular knife or a melon baller. When you're finished, your apple should look like this. Now place your sliced apples in a bowl. Add a bit of water into the bowl, about 1/3 to a half a cup of water. Now place the bowl in the microwave for 45 to 60 seconds. When you take your apples out of the microwave, they should be super bendy. Next, you're going to want to pat your apples dry. Trust me when I say you do not want your apples to be wet for this recipe. If your apples are wet, the moisture from the apples are going to get into your pastry and make the pastry soggy. Once your apples are dry, set them to the side. Next, on a floured surface, roll out a piece of pastry puff. You're going to want to roll out your dough until it's about 13 inches long. However, if you want your apple roses to be a bit wider and bigger, you can stretch your dough out to about 15 inches. When you're finished rolling out your dough, brush your dough in melted butter until it's completely covered. Then cover the dough in some of the cinnamon sugar. Next, add your apple slices at the edge of the dough, while simultaneously overlapping the apples. When you're finished, fold the bottom half of the dough over your apple slices. Your dough should not completely cover the apples. You should still be able to see the apple slices when you fold it. Next, brush your dough with the egg wash we made before. sprinkle more cinnamon sugar until your dough is completely covered. Then roll your dough. When you're finished rolling your dough, make sure to pinch the ends of your dough to the other side of the pastry so your pastry doesn't fall apart. Now that you've finished making your rose pastries, place them inside a greased cupcake pan. Then bake your pastries inside the oven at 375 degrees for 35 to 45 minutes. When your pastries have finished cooking, they should look like this. Sprinkle the tops of your pastries with powdered sugar and you are all finished. This part's totally optional, but I decided to plate my pastries with a few apple pieces that I cut up. You don't have to do this, I just really like apples, so I decided to add a few more apples for decoration, and it went with it perfectly. And this is the finished result. I saw someone make these on TikTok and they were so cute that I wanted to make them myself. They tasted really good, a cute sweet dessert. However, I did make mine a bit bigger. They're supposed to be smaller than this, but I didn't want small apple roses. I wanted big apple roses. However, if you want small apple roses, all you have to do is shorten the width of your pastry puff. Alright, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching. Everything I used in this video will be down in the description below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!